Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. I, as the CEO of MAXIS BERHAD, would like to welcome you to the meeting branch manager between MAXIS BERHAD and AXIATA Group BERHAD. For everyone's information, our members on the meeting have decided to choose the telecommunications and media company, which are MAXIS BERHAD as the our company, while AXIATA Group BERHAD as the benchmark or industry competitor for our company. Data for the two companies is collected from major public trading markets on the Bursa Malaysia website. For the annual reports of both companies for the fiscal years either December 2017, 2018, and 2019. We use the financial data analysis method of 40 financial ratios to calculate all ratios based on the data on the financial statements and analyze the trend over 3 years using horizontal and vertical analysis. Horizontal analysis is used to review a company financial statements and compare metrics year by year to determine whether a company growing or declining, identify problem in the company, and provide recommendation for company improvement. While the vertical analysis is to compare the indicator of the two companies by year to show the relative proportion of account balance. For business nature of our company and our competitor will be presented by the General Manager of MAXIS BERHAD.
Thank you to our CEO. Without further ado, I would like to present about business nature between our company and our competitor company. MAXIS BERHAD was founded in 1993 and was established in 1995. MAXIS BERHAD is more than 60% controlled by Usaha Tegas, a private investment arm of Malaysian billionaire Anand Krishnan. MAXIS BERHAD is one of the first mobile communication provider in Malaysia. The company is constantly revamping its business model and was one of the first operators to introduce 4G service in 2013. Its 4G service reached 50% of the Malaysian population, making MAXIS BERHAD a market leader in this area. MAXIS is the leading convergent solution company in Malaysia, providing a variety of high-quality digital service encompassing voice, data, and solution. We are passionate about bringing together the best of technology to help people, business, and the nation to always be ahead in an evolving world. Next, we will look into the business nature of our great competitor, which is AXIATA Group BERHAD. AXIATA Group BERHAD was founded on 12 June 1992 and is HQ in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The group is headed by President and CEO Jamaluddin Ibrahim, a former IBM engineer who joined AXIATA in 2008 after serving 9 years as a CEO of Malaysia leading mobile operator MAXIS Communication. AXIATA Group BERHAD, commonly known as AXIATA, formerly known as TM International BERHAD, was operating as an investment holding company, which engaged in the provision of mobile communication and network transmission related service. It operates through the segment mobile, infrastructure, and others. The mobile segment provide mobile service, interconnect service, pay television service, and other data service. The infrastructure segment offers telecommunication infrastructure and service. The other segment involves digital service. AXIATA is one of the first companies that launched 4G service in Malaysia and Sri Lanka. The group is also one of the largest telecommunication tower in the region. Next, I will pass the floor to our financial manager to present the ratio analysis.
Hi, my name is FATIHAH ABDULLAH. I want to talk about analysis ratio. The first ratio is current ratio, is equity ratio that measures a company's abilities to pay short-term and long-term obligations. The current ratio of AXIATA in 2017 is 0.65 times, in 2019 at 0.67 times, and in 2019 at 0.39 times. Next, the total current ratio of MAXIS is 0.54 times in 2017 and 0.59 times in 2018 and 0.53 times in 2019. The second analysis ratio have activities ratio is measure the speed with which various income are converted into sale or is cash inflow or outflow. In activities ratio, have inventory turnover is showing how many times a company inventory is sold and replaced over a period. In 2017, the total inventory turnover have 140.07 times and 104 times in 2018 and 159.24 times in 2019. For MAXIS have 50.85 times, 57.45 times, and in 2019, 31.404 times. Third, in analysis ratio have leverage or solvency, also no leverage determine abilities to service its debt. In leverage also have debt ratio for AXIATA is 0.56% in 2017 and 0.64% and 0.67% in 2019. And that ratio for MAXIS is 0.76%, 0.64%, and 0.67% in 2019. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Zufar and FATIHAH, which is our financial manager of MAXIS. So the next one, we can proceed to the next ratio, which is the first one is net profit margin. The net profit margin for MAXIS BERHAD on 2017 is 23.14%, and 2018, 19.36%, and for 2019 is 16.31%. And the next one is for AXIATA Group BERHAD. The net profit margin on 2017 is 4.76%, 2018 negative 20.83%, and 2019 7.38%. The second one is gross profit margin. The gross profit margin on 2017 for MAXIS BERHAD is 35.57% and 31.55% for 2018 and 28.56% for 2019. The second one is AXIATA Group BERHAD. The gross profit margin on 2017 is 37.50% and 29.14% for 2018 and 30.43% for 2019. The third one is return on assets. The return on assets for MAXIS BERHAD on 2017 is 11.60%, 8.99% for 2018, and 7.09% for 2019. For AXIATA Group BERHAD, the return on assets on 2017 is 1.66% and 7.79% for 2018 and 2.73% for 2019. And the last one is return on equity. For MAXIS BERHAD, the total of return on equity is 47.02% for 2017 and 24.90% for 2018 and 21.49% for 2019. And the last one is for AXIATA Group BERHAD. The return on equity is 3.81% for 2017, 21.43% for 2018, and 8.17% for 2019. And that's all from me. Next, we can proceed to Fitri. Thank you.
Thank you, Alia. I will present about comparison of analysis ratio for MAXIS BERHAD and AXIATA Group BERHAD. Number 1, current ratio. MAXIS BERHAD has high liquidity and efficiency ratio of 0.53 times, which can measure the company's ability to settle its short-term liabilities with current asset compared to AXIATA Group BERHAD. Number 2, quick ratio. AXIATA Group BERHAD has the highest ability to pay short-term obligation without relying on inventory, which is negative 5.95 times compared to MAXIS BERHAD has the lowest ability of negative 2.47 times. Number 3, net working capital. AXIATA Group BERHAD has more working capital than MAXIS BERHAD. AXIATA Group BERHAD is able to pay the expenses at an immediate rate because the financial condition of the company is in good condition. Number 4, net profit margin. MAXIS BERHAD has a higher net profit margin of 16.31%, while AXIATA Group BERHAD 7.38%. Number 5, return on equity. MAXIS BERHAD has a higher percentage of return to shareholder of 21.49% compared to AXIATA Group BERHAD 8.17%. Number 6, return on assets. MAXIS BERHAD had a higher asset return of 7.09%, while AXIATA Group BERHAD was lower by 2.73%. 7. Operating profit margin. AXIATA Group BERHAD had a higher operating profit margin of 15.96% than MAXIS BERHAD of 0%. Number 8, debt to equity. MAXIS BERHAD has a higher debt on equity of 2.03 times than AXIATA Group BERHAD of 1.99 times. Number 9, debt ratio. MAXIS BERHAD and AXIATA Group BERHAD has the same debt ratio on assets of 0.67 times. Number 10, time interest earned. AXIATA Group BERHAD has a higher time interest earned of 6.10 times, while MAXIS BERHAD lower, which is 0 times. Number 11, inventory turnover. MAXIS BERHAD has the higher inventory turnover of 3.10 times compared to AXIATA Group BERHAD of 0.16 times. Number 12, total asset turnover. MAXIS BERHAD has a higher total assets turnover of 0.43 times than AXIATA Group BERHAD of 0.37 times. Number 13, account receivable turnover. AXIATA Group BERHAD has a higher account receivable turnover 5.12 times than MAXIS BERHAD of 3.90 times. And the last one is 14, fixed assets turnover. MAXIS BERHAD has a higher earnings per share of 0.50 times than AXIATA Group BERHAD of 0.43 times. That's all from me. Thank you. Next, I will pass to Shafika to present your analysis.
Thank you, Marketing Management, for your data. I'm Production Management present a discussion-oriented analysis MAXIS Berhad. Current radiation, years 218, has the highest 0.59 times ability to pay in short-term ability time rate than 217 and 219. Current acid test radiation, years 207, has the highest 0.65 times ability to pay the short-term ability rate 218, which is negative 2.94 times. Now, I present discussion radiation analysis AXIATA Group BERHAD. First, current radiation, years 218, has the highest 1.67 times ability to pay in short-term ability on time rate than 217 and 218. Acute acid test radiation, years 219, has the highest negative 5.95 times ability to pay the short-term ability rate than 218, which is negative 1.24 times. Net working capital, years 218, is the highest RM6 negative 6.100.158. Also, make sure liquidity better than 217 and 219. The net profit margin, years 218, has the highest percent, 0.83%, in return the share shop than 217 and 219. Return on quality, years 218, has the highest percent, 1.43%, in return the share shop rate than 217 and 219. Return on asset, years 218, has the highest percent, 7.79%, in returning of firma invest than 217 and 219. Operation profit margin, years 219, is highest percent, 15.96%, than other years 207 and 218, and the percent for 219 is better for production.
Thank you, Shafika. So I will proceed for the next point. My name is FARHANA BINTI UMARA. My matric number A201716. I am Human Resources Manager of MAXIS BERHAD. So the recommendation to improve the company based on the result of ratio analysis is: first, MAXIS BERHAD and AXIATA Group BERHAD can have a relationship like a combination between two companies because it will be able to have a positive impact on mobile network related user. Second, MAXIS BERHAD and AXIATA Group BERHAD instead will recommend that both industry do a promotion to customer that can more affordable buy mobile network package, especially to treat a new user. Next is increasing digital inclusion for MAXIS BERHAD and AXIATA Group BERHAD because it will strive to improve and enhance existing network access so that product and service provided are affordable and innovative in bridging the digital divide. And the last recommendation is MAXIS BERHAD and AXIATA Group BERHAD have to be aware of other competitors because many competitors will try hard to copy the package. So that's all from me, and I will pass this present to SHAHIRA. Thank you.
Before I end this meeting, I would like to address all members of the meeting on the detailed discussion of this meeting. So, what can I conclude from this meeting that, based on comparison of the analysis ratio in 2019 for MAXIS BERHAD and AXIATA Group BERHAD, we can see that the liquidity ratio for the MAXIS BERHAD showed a good performance because the current ratio is better than AXIATA Group BERHAD. Anyhow, for the quick acid test ratio, AXIATA Group was recorded higher than MAXIS BERHAD. So, MAXIS BERHAD and AXIATA Group are said to be liquid and able to make its short-term use. In the term of profitability ratios, the net profit margin, return on equity, and return on assets for MAXIS BERHAD are better than AXIATA Group BERHAD. MAXIS BERHAD is able to generate higher profit from its sale as well, generating high return for assets and equity investment. Anyhow, for the operating profit margin, AXIATA Group was recorded higher than MAXIS BERHAD. For the leverage ratios, AXIATA Group BERHAD showed a good performance because the time interest earned for AXIATA Group BERHAD are better than MAXIS BERHAD. AXIATA Group BERHAD and MAXIS BERHAD debt ratio was recorded at the same, and for debt to equity, MAXIS BERHAD was recorded better than AXIATA Group BERHAD. Besides, MAXIS BERHAD showed a good performance in the activity ratios because their inventory turnover, total asset turnover, and fixed asset turnover for MAXIS BERHAD are better than AXIATA Group BERHAD. MAXIS BERHAD is also able to generate more sales from fixed asset turnover and total asset turnover as compared to AXIATA Group BERHAD. Anyhow, for the account receivable turnover, AXIATA Group was recorded higher than MAXIS BERHAD. Overall, MAXIS BERHAD is the best company compared to AXIATA Group BERHAD. That's our meeting this morning. Thank you for the attention in this meeting.